Anini will forever be remembered in the history of crime in this country, but it would be of unblessed memory. That was the pronouncement of Justice James Omo Ajegi when he sentenced Lawrence Anini to death after reading the 33-page judgment which took 80 minutes to deliver. In the early 1980s, Anini, popularly known as the Law, carried out some of the most brutish robbery attacks in the history of Nigeria and replicated them with increasing sophistication, brazenness, and arrogance that dwarfed the atrocities of many before him. Although he confined his atrocities to Bendel State, present-day Edo and Delta states, and environs, Anini was a serious national security issue and an embarrassment to the Nigeria police force. Spearheading a reign of terror that reached a crescendo between August and December 1986, he killed at will, robbed, raped, and kidnapped, daring the top echelon of the police force by attacking the convoy of a police commissioner and an assistant inspector general of police. His reign of terror forced The Guardian Nigeria to ask in one of its editorials, "Will they ever find Anini, the Law?" His reign popularized a saying across the nation at the time that of the 19 states in Nigeria, Anini possessed 3, Ondo, Anambra, and Bendel. Anini and Monday Osunbor, his second-in-command, faced the military tribunal in 1986. Born Lawrence Nomayagbon Anini in 1960, he was from Orogo village, or Hyunwan local government area, about 100 kilometers away from Benin City. The second child and only son of his mother, Madam Akugwehia Oghatamwangbe's 3 children, it was later revealed that his father, who died in 1980, had a son with another woman. When Anini moved to Benin City, his dream was to become a driver. He learned how to drive and started driving a taxi in the city. Despite being very young, at the motor park, his word was law, and he became known for resolving motor park crises. He soon channeled his driving skills into crime, becoming the official driver for Benin bandits. After learning the ropes, he formed his own gang made up of Monday Osunbor, his second-in-command, Solomon Osemwenkai, Johnbul Ahuwan, Moses Idahosa, Philip Iwebelua, Bernard Obi, and Friday Ukponwan. They specialized in carjacking and bank robbery. On his payroll was a police officer, DSP George Iyamu, who aided the gang's operations with security information. Anini's criminal career started in the early 1980s and reached a crescendo between August and December 1986, when he finally met his comeuppance. Residents of Bendel and neighboring states lived in fear and panic, while Anini and his men had a free rein. The media named him the Outlaw King of Benin. In August 1986, Anini and his gang raided First Bank, Sabongida Ora, in Edo State. They stole $2,000, a dollar exchange for 5 naira in 1986. Converted at today's exchange rate, 480 naira, what Anini and his gang stole 34 years ago would be equivalent to around 190,000 naira. On October 21, 1986, after stealing 46,000 naira from the Agbor branch of African Continental Bank, Anini drove into a nearby market and tossed part of his loot from his getaway car to passers-by. This action, which he reportedly replicated numerous times, earned him the moniker Robin Hood, after a British folklore character who robbed the rich and shared proceeds with the poor. Anini was brutal, and policemen were his top victims. A total of 20 persons, 11 policemen and 9 civilians, were reportedly killed by Anini and his gang. Explaining his reason for unleashing terror on the men in uniform, This Week magazine of December 15, 1986, seen by Newsroom, quoted Anini, who only expressed himself in pidgin English, as saying, "I did not kill police. My own is to do my own. I am a driver, I drive. I always beg them not to kill policemen, not to kill people. My problem with the police is that them kill my father and my brother at Ibadan, and my friend Kingsley Eweka, a Benin prince, DSP Iyanu Lawrence Anini. Anini became so emboldened that he started writing letters to his potential victims to announce his planned visit, and he never failed to honor his words. At the said time and date, Anini visited. In August 1986, Anini wrote a letter to the manager of the New Nigeria Bank, Ring Road branch in Benin City, informing the bank that because he intended to visit any time, the sum of 10,000 naira should be set aside for him. Charles Inanchong wrote in The Rise and Fall of Anini. Anini gave his address as number 1 million Anywhere Street within the city, Benin, Bendel State. Rather than report to the police, the bank scurried to the Oba of Benin to report Anini's letter to the traditional authority. There was a wide belief in the city that the police could not be trusted. Many residents who may have aided the police with information that could have facilitated Anini's arrest also suspected that they may be accused of being accomplices, or the police might send their names to Anini.